Tyreek getting involved in the offense here. What's your initial thoughts as you've gotten through these OTA practices, working with Patrick and all the rest of us?
Yeah, man, it's fun. Get out there, new team, new environment, new players, new coaching staff. I'm just embracing the opportunity and going out trying to put my best foot forward.
What's different from working with Aaron and now Patrick?
I mean, they're both the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. So there's not much difference. One's just a little bit older. So.
Hey, I know there's a lot of things that go into where the ball goes on any given play, but it seems like when Pat's out there, it's coming your way a lot. Anything that you can point your finger towards on that? Like why?
I'm just open. I don't know. Just get open and Pat will find you. That's kind of, he's the best in the business doing that. Finding the open guys and giving them chances. So that's just kind of what it's been.
We've asked Patrick what was beneficial for him when he brought you guys together in Texas, but for you coming into a new team, what was the most that you got out of that time?
Just meeting the guys, man. Football is football, X's and O's. Everybody can get out there and run some routes and catch some footballs. But just being able to, interact on a personal level. Not just talk about football, but to go out to dinner and go out to lunch and kind of see what these guys are like and say, hey, this is, these can be my group of friends. And we kind of do the same things or have the same interest. So just being able to make new friends. I think that was the most important part, just being down in Texas with them for a couple of weeks.
Sorry, how long specifically did you spend? Because I know different players spend different amounts of time.
I was down there for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And there was one moment of practice today where it looked like it was you, Patrick, and Matt Nagy sort of talking through a previous play. Could you just share some insight on what that particular conversation?
We just kind of always just talk. That's something that I did a lot when I was in Green Bay, kind of just talk about things that they see and how they see it. Because obviously you want to be able to be on the same page as the quarterback. So being able to, think how he thinks and hear what he thinks, with him and his quarterback coach, I think is super important. So go over there and just, hey, why'd you guys do this? Or, those things like that are super important, so we can always be on the same page.
Marquez, do you envision your role being any different in Kansas City compared to what it was in Green Bay?
I mean, I can't speak on the future, but obviously I'm here for a reason, and I want to make the best of the opportunity.
Marquez, there was a play out there today in practice. I think it was 11 on 11. Mahomes with a no-look pass to you, and then you stuck it with a one-handed grab with your left hand. As a receiver, and you have a quarterback who's capable of doing that kind of stuff, what do you need to do mentally to know that? Even though he's not looking at me, that ball still could come this way.
I mean, I had the first quarterback that did it, so I got that a lot. And you kind of just always be aware of the ball can come to you at any given time. Playing with Aaron for 4 years, he did it a lot. I think one of my first passes that he threw to me in training camp was a no-look pass. So I'm accustomed to it, and just always be prepared because they have eyes in the back of their head and they can throw the football any kind of way, behind his head, wherever, So, Pat's gifted like that where he can, do those kind of things. And I'm just excited to have another quarterback that is just that talented.
Rodgers pass.
What was, you mentioned just going to Texas, benefit of that was learning personality as much as the football. What was your takeaway just on Patrick's personality?
Yeah, I mean, we're like the same age, so we have a lot of the same interests. He likes, sports. Obviously, he was a baseball player. I was a baseball player growing up, too, so we can connect on that. He's super competitive. He wants to win everything, and I'm the same way. And he's just a fun guy, likes to talk about whatever, loves his family. And I think that's just a huge thing. And just being able to interact with a guy that's, very similar to you in, all facets.
Hey, Marquez, I don't want you to be critical of anything at Green Bay, but Andy had kind of mentioned you're getting a chance to run some underneath routes and some things that you maybe didn't get to because of personnel that was there. So are you excited? There's probably a lot more targets available in this offense than there were in Green Bay, and maybe an expanded role for you. So are you excited for that opportunity?
Yeah, of course. Not necessarily saying I was limited in Green Bay, but we had specific roles that we did. And when I was there, we were a pretty good offense, for my 4 years. So it worked. And we won a lot of football games. So you can't really complain when you're winning. And I think that was got to just be unselfish, and that's kind of how we won so many games there. And obviously, whatever I can do here to bring that same type of winning mentality. Obviously, they've been winning for a long time as well, so I just want to step in and do whatever I can to do that.
When you're going through your free agent process, how important was maybe opportunity when you were talking to different teams and eventually landing here?
Yeah, I mean, that was huge. Obviously, during free agency, you got to figure out what's going to be the best fit for you. And I think that was just the focus of where it was going to be a place where I can go in and, be myself.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.